What up, what up, what up? This T Vixen, Miss Dean, and we got another one. We back with a hot guest.
We got him.
We got him. Oh man, this is amazing. I mean, we watching him every day. We watching him on all kind of networks. We watching him on all kind of movies.
Yeah, he everywhere.
He everywhere. We watching him on Netflix. Man, we is seeing this dude everywhere. You is doing your thing. What's up? What's your neck? Go on there and introduce yourself for the people.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? This is Kareem Grimes, and we in this thing, man. Let's do it.
Man, it's an honor and a pleasure to talk to somebody that's such established as you, man.
For sure.
I mean, you really is putting on, man. We love the show starting off with All American. We love that.
Wait, before we even tap into that, let's just go a little bit about, I just want to back up. I just want to start with your background. I know you're an American actor and producer, born and raised in Inglewood, California. I know.
The city of champs.
Yeah.
For sure.
Inglewood.
And I also know, shouts out because you actually started young, which we'll talk about your role in Boyz-n-the-Hood, if I'm not mistaken. We'll talk about that role. But so shouts out to the parents, Ron and Jacqueline Grimes. Shout out to Mr. and Miss Ron and Jacqueline. What's her nickname? Miss Jackie? What is
Miss
it?
Jackie, yeah.
Miss Jackie Grimes. I want to talk about your parents for 1 second because I feel like they play such a crucial role in children actors.
Mm-hmm.
So what role did they play in your life, in your career, as you were a child actor?
I think it was definitely more than my mom and father. I think it was a village. I have family and friends, cousins who stepped in and filled the gap when my mom and father were working. So when they say it takes a village, it truly takes a village. So, I am who I am today because of my mom and dad, but, cousins and aunties and, uncles who instilled in me and looked out for me. So that was the foundation, and that's what I'm grateful for.
I definitely agree with that. I come from a huge family that's raised by a village. You getting into the movie Boyz-n-the-Hood such young, exposed to all this. You got Cube right there. You got all this going on. Did it blow your mind or what?
How
did it feel?
How old were you?
I was 13 years old, and for me it was, at the time I was heavy into skateboarding. My mom's friend who worked behind the scenes was like, "Hey, there's this film, this young brother out of SC. They're looking for young brothers who can skateboard, and I fit that bill. So, I find myself on set on Boyz-n-the-Hood. And, I'm 13. I'm just happy to be on set doing what I love. And, boom, here comes Ice Cube. And, you got a young Lawrence Fishburne, a young Angela Bassett, all these emerging stars, superstars now, Morris Chestnut and Cuba and Nia Long, so it was just dope just to be on set and, just to be in that environment. And for me, that was really kind of like the first time being on a set where predominantly everybody behind the scenes was Black. Prior to that, you will only see, a handful of us. But this particular film, I was able to see the DP, the director of photography, who was Black, Charles Mills, and just a host of just melanated people on set in all aspects.
That's dope. That's dope. Do you feel like it hit you? Did it hit you later, like as they became more established?
Yeah. I think for me it was, as a kid, you tell your friends you doing something, and they like, man, stop lying. You ain't did none of that.
Right.
For me, I was telling them, and it wasn't until I saw the premiere and I saw myself on the big screen, and I was just like, yo, I'm in a movie. And not only that, it's such a movie that's so impactful.
For sure.
And from that point on.
How many times you watch your part? Was you one of them people that watched your part 100 times, or you just I watched it?
No, man. I think I watched it. I watched it quite a bit, but I think it was just for me, just to being able to see myself, once it went to VHS, just to be able to rewind it and see myself. And
that's amazing.
Like I said, the impact this movie made just around the world, and to be a part of that, I think that's what hit me the most.
Did it change your life in school? Now you an actor, you're a child actor.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You in one of the biggest movies in our culture ever.
Yeah,
I mean, did your level go up? I mean, did your celebrity at school go
up?
To
be honest, it at that time, it was cool, but it wasn't like oh my God, there go Kareem. You know what I mean? Because I had such a a small role. I mean, everybody was just talking about Morris and Ice Cube. You know what I mean? Nobody really wasn't talking about the kids. But of course, those that know, who are close to me and friends, that was their thing. Be like, oh yeah, this is my cousin, this is my friend, my boy, he was in Boyz-n-the-Hood, blah blah blah. And, you get that kind of that love and fanfare, but I wasn't leveled up like that when I was young.
Okay.
I mean, and plus it was just rewarding because that was the start of something great for you.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So that was rewarding within itself. So shouts out to you for being so young and taking advantage of that opportunity.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times as we kids, we want to do kid stuff. We ain't trying to be listening to the directors. And, so shouts out to you for that for sure.
Yeah, I probably was playing Nintendo. You was playing a part in Boyz-n-the-Hood. I mean,
listen, I was playing Nintendo too, man. But I think for me, I just kind of knew. I just knew at an early age what I wanted to do, and by the grace of God and having a mom and family and my father, they were able to help and cultivate and help me out and guide me and encourage me. So yeah,
that's amazing. I mean, your work ethic is so crazy because as I'm sitting here, just to name a few, you've had you've had major appearances and you've done so much. You filmed in over 90 films and TV series collectively, and then you were on SWAT as Little Red, All American, which we're going to talk about. Preach. We got to talk about All American. Throwback Holiday as Paul. And then once again, we talked about Boyz-n-the-Hood. And the list is so long that as I looked it up, I was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? I was kind of mind-blown. Yeah, seriously. Just shouts out to you and your work ethic and just grinding the way you do. You really deserve everything that you're getting. You know what I'm saying?
I got a question. How do one person get in these many films? I mean, is you reading these parts all day? What kind of work ethic?
Listen,
it's you saying, look, now the scripts coming in, you read them and then I read them. How
man, I mean, to be honest, it's a lot of hustle, man. I think, in my business, you have to have an agent. It helps because the agent gets the breakdown of what it is the TV show needs character wise. And then, your agent then submits that to you and then you audition for it. So, I definitely have to give it up to my agents past and present, who believed in me and saw something in me and gave me those opportunities. But, you get auditions. It's 90 films, but I probably auditioned over 5,000 projects.
Wow.
Wow. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's why a lot of people don't see that part.
That's even crazier. That's even crazier. The magnitude of just saying that. And that's why I feel like it's so much power when people say what they say how do they say it? Basically, part of the success and part of the game is to get a bunch of no's. All you need is that one yes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. And just definitely a lot of no's.
and it's still amazing because out of all those no's, you still have strived and had so much success and so many yeses. So that's dope. I hope that people see that and take that goodness out of it. I see more of it like the glass halfway full than empty. Right. I look at it like you had to put yourself in them positions in order to get those other opportunities and positions. So shouts out to that.
Yeah. I mean, you have to be able to position yourself to get those opportunities. A lot of no's in front of my face. You're too short, or you're too dark, or you're not this. You don't have this many credits. All that goes on that people don't see. you know.
How did you keep your spirits high? Like, how did you keep pushing
the
throughout all
sheer,
the notes, to be honest?
the sheer belief in myself. You know, I think, you know, if you have that sheer belief in yourself and you love what you do, you know what I'm saying? Like, you guys have a podcast and a radio show. You know what I'm saying? So
also, we artists. I got another follow-up question for that. Like, we artists, so the passion in what we do, we come out with a song, we get fans, they immediately say, I like it, boom, boom, this and that. I mean, as an actor, and with so much time before the fans get it, I mean, what does the drive for an actor look like versus a rapper? You feel what I'm saying? Or just like, what's the drive? Like, I love this. What about this you love? What drew you to want to be an actor?
Yeah, I mean, it starts back when I was young. You know, performing in front of family. You know, you have those get-togethers, and you know, there's a talent show. The kids are in the living room. You know what I'm saying? And you know, you perform. So for me, the performance was everything for me. You know what I mean? And from that point on, that's when I got bit and going to acting class and, you know, wanting just to perform. You know, of course, when I was younger, I was a class clown. So, you know, that definitely helped out. But you know, for the most part, that's what it was, man. And just wanted to perform, man. And you know, like I said, believing in myself more than anything is the key to you know, anything that you do in life, period. There's gonna be no's, but as long as you believe in yourself and know that you have the ability and capability and put in the work and the time, it's gonna happen.
I love
you know,
it.
you
I
just
love
gotta
it.
be patient.
You said class clown to Hollywood.
What type of who inspired you? Like, I mean, was it like, man, I seen Denzel Washington and Malcolm X, and I want to do something like that, or what? Like, who was some of the people that you was like, man, I see and I want to do that? I mean, I know from us, like, we listen, I'm listening to Master P, and I'm like, man, oh yeah, I love No Limit. I want to do what they doing. You know what I'm saying? As an actor, did Will Smith pull you out there? Who pulled you out there?
It's a lot of people, man. A lot of people that I grew up with, who were actors, that, you know, I was inspired by. My friend Ben, who was a child actor, my buddy Marlon, you know, these are people who I, you know, got inspired by. Me watching TV. Was huge for me. You know, Flip Wilson is probably a little bit before you guys' time, my time as well. But Flip Wilson he had a variety show. I used to watch it. My family and friends used to call me Baby Flip. But yeah, I and just watched a lot of TV. I was just like, yo, I can definitely do this. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, those are just it's a bunch of people who are just influences. Television was one of them. But like going back to what your question as far as actors and rappers is different. I think, you know, with rappers, you can make music and just put it out independently. Right. You know what I'm saying? And with actors, I think if you bet on yourself, you know, you can write plays or do monologues and put on, you know, one woman or one man shows to showcase, you know, your talent. But it's still a grind. You got to bet on yourself, period.
And that's what I hear a lot. Like, even hearing you talk, and as we bounce back and forth, I still hear the same thing. Basically, I'm getting out of this: believing in yourself, you know, pushing, keep going, never give up on yourself, never give up on your dreams. I think like that's the biggest thing right now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm getting out of it for sure.
So go on.
I mean, so I guess we could talk about All American. What was it like being preached on All American, and what was it like working with that cast? Because you had an amazing cast. It was an amazing cast of stars. So, you know, and you as well. So what was that experience like for you?
It was great. I watched the show prior to being on the show because that show kind of mirrored a little bit of my life. Mine was a little bit opposite. I went to a predominantly white school. I got bused to a predominantly white school, but I played football. I lived down the street. Mm-hmm.
We apologize. We apologize about that. We had a phone call come in, so we gotta just reconstruct it back. So if you don't mind, I just want you to go back into the answer to that question. Just like how was it like working with the cast, and what was it like for you being a part of the cast for All American?
I was a fan of the show prior to getting on it because it kind of mirrored a little bit of my life. I got bused to a predominantly white school. Played football, and it was really good. And I grew up down the street from a powerhouse football, which was Dorsey High School back in the 90s. They were in Sports Illustrated, just a lot of stuff like Keyshawn Johnson came from here, the running back Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, like Chris Mims. It's a lot of people that came out of Dorsey. And I lived right down the street, and I was just like, yo, if I go to Dorsey, I know I can get a little bit more, shine there. But at the same time, football wasn't like, oh, I'm going to the NFL. That's not. Oh, that wasn't. Because
I was going to ask that. So that was like secondary. It was just something busy, focused.
Exactly. At the end of the day, to be honest, it was one of those things. If it was going to take me somewhere, I would let it, go. But at the end of the day, it was always acting. But the craft kind of took over. But being on that show it's amazing. I was only supposed to do 2 episodes on that show. Preach's character was really only supposed to do between 1 and 2 episodes, and he was done. But the relationship and the work ethic that I put in surpassed that. The showrunner by the name of Nkechi Okoro, we met 10 years prior. She wrote a script for a TV show called Bones, and I did a guest star on there where I played this kid from Sierra Leone who was a amputee. So doing the work on that impressed her. Here we go, fast forward.
Wow.
10 years later, she's now the showrunner of All American. I'm on there doing my thing, and she sees the work that I'm putting in, and she's like, hey, you get shot at this last episode, but we plan to keep Preach around for a while.
That's
and
what
was
it like hearing that news though? Because you originally had only 2. You know what I'm saying? 2.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I was just in the moment of just being grateful of just being able to work as an actor. Right. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really think beyond that. It was just like, hey, I have this job. Let me put 110% into this. And so to get that call from her, it was a blessing. It was just like, wow, okay, I have another opportunity for more work.
That's amazing.
I mean? So that's just what it is. The cast is amazing. We all get along. I was just with Breezy this past weekend. There's no egos on set, and
I was going to ask you about that.
Top to bottom, like everybody gets along.
And I was going to ask you about that. How important is it like to have that type of chemistry on set to where you guys are vibing and then where you guys can connect? Is that
it shows up in the work,
Right.
It shows up in the work. I mean, especially in this town with egos, you can tell when something's off. You know what I mean? And and I think that's why this show is successful, is because everybody comes to do their job and everybody's grateful. And we have fun. If you guys follow me or follow Tay Diggs, you guys see some of the stuff he posts on his TikTok or Instagram. Like, we literally have fun on set. And when you have that type of environment, you know, you can't help but to, you know, have, you know, good chemistry, and, you know, and it shows on camera.
That's amazing.
That's amazing. That's
I
real
love
dope.
that.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Man, we love that show, man. We watch it. Me and my wife watch that show. We love the character. We love the whole show, everything about it. You know, it got the sports element, and it got
the hood element,
and it got the hip hop element. We like the hip hop part because, you know, we into the hip hop. And you play a manager on there. You know what I mean? Did you have to get with some managers to kind of see how they move, or what? Or like, what do you do to prepare yourself for a part like that?
I mean, you know, I'm born and raised in Inglewood, California, LA. I've been around the rap game a while. You know, my god brother managed this guy that I founded. And I handed him over to my god brother because I wasn't no manager, but I had a good eye for talent and a good ear.
A&R. You had the A&R.
Exactly, I had the A&R. So, you know, for me, because I grew up in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? I'm a child of that. So, you know, for me to channel into a manager, it was easy. You know, you see so many different examples, my god brother being one. You know, you see how Puffy and Suge Knight did it, Jermaine Dupri, you know what I mean? So just taking elements of that and just kind of integrating them into Preach. And you know, that's how I was able to kind of, you know, be in that manager mode.
That's dope. That's hot. Man, like I said, I can't say enough about this show, man. This show, I can't wait. We hoping we get 10 seasons out of this. You know what I mean?
You and me
at
both.
Least.
We definitely going to get a 5th season. That's for sure. We're just waiting for the network to you know, come down with the word. You know, we're the number one
shows. We love our shows. We support our shows. You know, I watch it, then I let my couch watch it. Then I come back and watch it again.
The cat watch it.
You know,
right. Exactly.
We want the ratings to go up, man. We want
Absolutely.
Spider in the corner watching it. It's like, all right,
absolutely.
man, we gotta stop watching. It's enough.
Exactly.
Keep playing it. If I'm gonna go to sleep, I'm gonna just play it because I want them to keep making it. You
there
know
it
what
is.
I mean? I don't know if it's counting, but I'm doing it.
It counts.
So I guess it's safe to say that a lot of your fans and a lot of the viewers, they've kind of watched you grow. Has it been a challenge growing from, you know, because in the hip hop community, when you start young, sometimes it's hard transitioning to the older, more mature male or female. Has it been hard for you transitioning from younger to more adult, mature roles? It just came naturally.
Yeah, I think, you know, you just kind of, you know, the roles that you pick, you know, hopefully, you know, you pick good roles that help you progress. But, you know, in this business, it's about being a chameleonaire, meaning that, you know, you may see me on one show where I'm a husband, newlywed, and then the next show I'm playing Preach, and then the next show I'm a comedian. You know what I'm saying? So that, you know, it wasn't a problem for me, you know, as far as just growing up in this industry, you know, gone astray and having come back. So, you know, for me, it's just my mom and dad and family and friends who really just kept me grounded. So it wasn't hard. It's not hard. You know, I think the evolution is great for people to be able to see, you know, the growth in my craft.
Well, I'm blessed enough to hear that, you know what I'm saying, because there are a lot of stories where people kind of drifted off in the wrong direction. They couldn't take on fame and success, you know, in a good way. So shouts out to you for that and being able to handle that.
So let's get into some of the myths and some of the truths about the business. Now, is it a myth that we could be typecasted? Is that a true thing? Typecast? Is that? And can you explain what typecasting is for us? And, you know, how did that hurt your career?
Typecast can hurt if you are, you know, not careful. I think for a minute, Ice Cube or Ice-T, you know, for a minute, those guys only played tough, hardcore roles. You know, that's being typecast. But I think as a artist, you have to be able to break that and say, hey, you have to see me more than just this, you know, but you have to be able to make that change. Some people get real comfortable in that because, you know, the money is good and they can, you know, make good money being that. But I think as an artist, you want to be able to, you know, like I said, be a chameleon. And for people to look at you and be like, yo, that's crazy. Man, I would have never thought you would play this role, you know? So yeah, it is a myth of being typecast. You can be typecast, you know, but you have to, you know, as an artist, really take your craft to another level, and let the directors and the producers and casting see that, hey, I can just play more than this role. You guys there?
Yeah,
we back. I don't know what happened, but we got the majority of it. We got the majority of it. And I want to say this, so it's like, it sounds like you just got to stand strong and know who you are and be okay with turning down roles and turning down money in this business.
Absolutely.
You know, everything ain't
not all roles are good roles. And even if it's easy and, you know, it's something that you can do, but, you know, you definitely want to just diversify, you know, and just, you know, make sure that, you know, the people that you're performing for, or just whatever roles that you can get, you challenge yourself to say, hey, I can do something totally different than what you guys are usually seeing.
Right. Myth or facts. They say you've been on 90 different sets, you know what I mean? So it's the sets, what they're saying in Hollywood. We get a lot of stories out of Hollywood where people being mistreated, people not being treated equally. Not to say no Pacific, because you said your set is cool, so we're not going to talk about nothing Pacific.
Yeah, I think
have you been in some of them situations?
It just depends on, like, you know, there's certain sets where, you know, the lead may have an ego, or they may be a diva or a diva, you know what I'm saying, to where they may take a long time to come to set or whatever. It's different. For me personally, I'm trying to think if I've ever experienced that. It may have gone on, but I wasn't privy to it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what was going on. But because for me, you know, anytime I'm on set, I'm in my happy place. You know, I love what I do. So just the mere fact of me being able to be on set, to be able to do what I love, it's a smile on my face from the time I get on to the time I leave. So if it was something going on, I didn't know about it. Y'all figure that out. I'm good.
Good. You know? I feel you. I'm coming to work. I'm doing what I do. I love it. Ain't no problems with me.
Exactly. Fact. I want to know this one because my husband, he has gone into the acting world as well.
A little bit, not as much as you, just a little bit.
Yeah, he got his feet wet.
I got my feet wet, you know.
Is it now? This doesn't really pertain to us, but I just want to know. You know, I want to know: does acting, when you act a role, does it stay at that role, or can you grow feelings for individual off of the performance?
Yeah, because we seen you kiss in this show. So
that was not what I was not even talking about him.
We're not saying that.
That's what Miss Dean, that's what you was going with. You was going with that. If you were a girl in the scene, y'all kiss, do y'all?
It's like this,
that's him.
I'm just saying.
We good.
So we just saying, you know, do some of these loves turn into real life love? Does
TV turn into reality?
No, I mean it just depends. You know, you have you got so much. You have so much. My niece, she just waved at me. You have so much. It just depends. Like, you spend so much time together with the person that whether you're doing a film with or on TV. But most of the time, usually the individuals are either in relationships already. So it's just work. You know, now you single and they single and y'all hanging out, talking and carrying on, then maybe some connection can come out of that.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's work. You come to work, you do your job, and that's it. Now, at the end of the day, of course, there's beautiful women, beautiful men. You know, it's bound that you're gonna be like, oh man, that's a fine looking woman. You know what I mean? And especially if y'all got a kissing scene together, y'all talking, and it's just like, oh, okay. All right.
How do you prepare for that though? Like,
or you can talk to that person, they can be fine as day, but the more you talk to them, you be like, I don't think I want to get with that person. They crazy. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it happens. It happens. You know what I mean? It doesn't happen a lot. It doesn't happen a lot, but it happens.
Yeah. How do you prepare for a kissing scene though? I mean, the regular acting parts, you talking out your lines, you doing your thing, you got to get your pronunciation right. How do you prepare for kissing somebody that you don't even want to kiss for real?
Well, it depends on if you really want to kiss that person. Like, I mean, I know my roles. I don't mind kissing them. It never get no like, oh, I gotta go to work and kiss this beautiful woman. Oh, no, I ain't never been that. We definitely ain't never been that. It's been like, okay, we got a kissing scene today. Who gonna get some of these luscious lips? Who gonna get some of these luscious lips?
Do that hurt you at home? You know what I mean?
Well, like, at the end of the day, the person that you're with, if they met you and you're in the industry, that's just a part of the game. Period. Yeah. Either you're gonna accept that or you're not gonna accept that. But anybody that I'm with, that's a part of my job. I'm not going to compromise what I have at home for it, but no, that's my job. Period. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. And you just have to have somebody who's strong. And then, of course, you have to make sure that, you are, reassuring that person that everything is good, but it's just a job. That's all it is. Yeah. That's all it is.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's a good answer. That's a good answer.
Yeah. Leave it out.
I mean, but do you bring your significant other to the kissing scene and make them more comfortable? Or what do you do? I mean, how do you work this out?
That's just like if I go to a significant other's job every day.
Yeah, that's weird.
You don't do that. That's weird.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Monitor me, and then I'm picking up on your vibes, and it's like, nice, happy.
Now, I mean, those who are, A-list celebrities and big budgets and things that nature. Yeah, they bring their significant other on set to hang out, but that's not a thing of just like, oh, come on to work with me, because it's long days. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's 10, 13, 16-hour days. I don't think anybody want to be on set that long.
Yeah. Wait, how many hours?
Oh, it can go from 10, 13, 16-hour days.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, it's long.
We did the one movie. I did like 10 hours.
A lot of work.
Yeah. A lot of hurry up and wait. It's a lot of hurry up and wait.
Yeah, it is a lot of hurry. But it was fun when I did a movie. It is a different experience, man. Trying to be somebody else and step outside of yourself and be somebody else. It is kind of fulfilling. It's almost like you get to live more than one life. You know what I mean? So I do get the dopeness of it. I mean, what?
But you do have to be careful though, because what was that? It was a while ago. I remember we were talking about this. There was an actor that actually, their whole life became a problem because they acted a role out. I think it was like a gangster in the role, and they just couldn't get back to reality.
Yeah,
and it literally ruined their lives.
I hear that a lot with actors. They say sometimes they get so deep into the character, it takes them months to get out of the character and get back to yourself.
It's different strokes for different folks. You know what I'm saying?
For you, how do you handle it? Can you snap out of it usually?
Yeah. I can do. Give me a day. I can decompress a couple of hours. I can decompress. And separate myself from that. So it's up to the individual. You know what I mean? Everybody has their method to their madness. But once it's cut, I'm just Kareem Grimes. I'm back home chilling. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope. Now we talked a lot about All American. What was one of your favorite films or favorite projects that you worked on yourself, be outside of All American?
Oh man, it's quite a few. I mean, I was able to act alongside Clint Eastwood in The Mule. You know what I'm saying? So that was pretty dope. There's somebody that my grandmother and you know, my mom and family and friends watched Clint Eastwood. I watched Clint Eastwood and be able to, you know, be in a scene and go back and forth with him. That was dope. Let's see. A lot of them, man. Baby Boy. I was, you know, I was John Singleton's assistant, but I was also in the movie. But I did so much. Like I recorded all the auditions. So if you guys, I think either Tyrese or Taraji put up her her audition with Tyrese. I'm the one that recorded that.
Yeah, because you're a producer as well.
Yeah. Okay. So I was able, you know, I recorded that whole. I was there the whole process when John, you know, started from pre-production, production to post-production. So to see that movie being made from beginning to end was dope, and to have input as well, you know, was dope. It's so many. It's like I have my little moments in bits and pieces from projects that I've done, you know, that means so much to me.
Sound like an interesting life, for real. Sound like a good life.
What are some of your most recent projects that you have going on?
I have a show. We just finished the second season. It's called For the Love of Jason. It's on All Black Network. So we just finished that. That'll probably be out summer. I have a project out now, short form, on Amazon called Super Single, that came out last week. I have another film coming out with Brian Hooks called Adam and Eve. I think that may be on Netflix, not sure yet. What else? I do voiceovers for Buffalo Wild Wings, so we got a campaign coming up for March Madness.
Okay.
And then
also
that's my spot.
Yeah.
It's working. It's working.
I was trying to get a BBW date this week.
It's coming. You got that.
Yeah.
Man,
and
we
then,
just talking to. I'm telling you, man, you really good at what you do. And it ain't nowhere but up from here, man. I can see you being the next.
I mean, you've been going up.
You've been going up. There's nowhere but for up.
What Cardi said, if it's up, then it's stuck.
It's up.
I mean, how is you dealing with? I mean, you're a celebrity, man. How is you dealing with being famous? I
was literally just having this conversation not too long ago, as far as just saying the word celebrity. And I think it's still, it tickles me, because for me as an artist, I just do the work, you know, and to have people recognize that and really connect with this character on this TV show, is, like I said, is mind blowing. And it's always interesting when people's like, man, you're a celebrity. And then whenever I go out, no matter where I go, if I have my mask on or whatever, people recognize me like, oh, it's the eyes or the hair, or I heard you talk, and it's just like crazy. So it's one of those things, like, as a young kid, you know, I definitely dreamed about, but to actually be in it is interesting. It's definitely humbling. That's for sure, more than anything, that people take the time out to watch my work and really connect with it. So, you know, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. I don't take it for granted. And, you know, I try to, you know, take as many pictures or respond to people as much as I can, because, you know, they took their time out to watch me. So, you know, I can at least give, you know, a minute or two, a couple of minutes to show that love back.
Now I want to ask this, because I saw a video of you and you were shouting out your friend. I think you had like some joggers, and you were just shouting out love to him. And you were talking about why, like, just how important it was to just show love and support your friends and family. Why is that so important to you?
I think it is. It's very important. I think, you know, you have people who are, you know, going out for their dreams and doing things, and, you know, the position that I'm in, to have a platform, you know, you want to be able to use that platform and, you know, promote your family and friends and whatever they have going on.
You know, because some people get to the top, they're like, "Hey, I made it. Hey, get it out the mud, baby." You know, so
it's I'm from that. I'm from the school of, you know, hey, if I'm on, you know, I definitely reach back and bring those up with me. Because it doesn't cost anything. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, if you have a big platform and a person that you're rocking with, you believe in them, you know, it doesn't cost anything for me to shout them out, shout their brand out, rock some of their stuff, you know, and give them that shine as well. Cause you know, you can't always have the shine and not be able to share the spotlight with other people. It gets lonely at the top, you know, so you want to make sure you know somebody.
It's the party's better now that you're a celebrity. I mean, serious, but not.
You know what? Here it is. It's a little bit of that, but you definitely, like, for me, like if I roll up somewhere and they see my face, it is like, oh, come on in. You know what I'm saying? The VIP, the express. You know, I like that. I'm not really I'm not really a party person. I'm not really a party person like that. But you know, when I do go out, it's definitely cool to for security.
You got a movie coming out called Super Single.
Yeah,
you gotta be partying. I'm just saying that a super single sound like a party type. Look,
here's the crazy thing. I just do the work. I do the work and I keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? We celebrate, but you know, there's more work to do, and you know, that's what it's about for me. So, you know, at this point, I'm just in, you know, grind mode, tunnel vision, just to do the work and just really set myself up.
And I don't think anyone can take that from you, because like we said, over 90 plus films and TV shows. I mean, your work ethic is speaking and showing for itself. So we definitely know you put the work in.
And we want to say this from from us to you, man. We really appreciate you, man. We want you to keep working and do more. Many you entertaining us, man. Absolutely. So you know, we owe that. We owe you the love. You know, we owe you to go in front and getting in line and do this. We owe that to you because we've been sitting at home enjoying your work. So I mean, you deserve that. So don't take that. I'm cutting these people. No, you deserve that, man. You put the work in.
Thank you, man.
And we appreciate you, man. And we want you to keep going.
Yeah. And I guess it hits us a little different being artists because nobody sees it. Nobody sees what you have to go through while you're, while you got to keep that smile on while that filming, and why you got to do this over here and keep multitasking and keeping everything afloat. You know, so
man, that's big, man. It's really big. It's really big. All the work you're doing is great, and I don't know how you get in all the classics. When I do my hood classic movie, I'm gonna have to book you because every classic hood movie, you in it. You in it. It's like you got to have a part, or they It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, you can't.
I don't care if he smacked the hot dog out the head. You got to do something. I mean, it's almost to the point where you got to be in it.
And I heard the story about Boyz-n-the-Hood, and I hate to bring it back up, but man, this guy, he said, man, I was an extra, and then I'm on break, and then I get some lines because he knew. He said he got to be in it for it to be a classic because you got some good juju on you. Because then you go from that, then you go. You got Baby Boy. You just, I mean, if it's a hood classic, you cast it. So
that also means to anyone out here that's producing these movies and films, y'all gotta put my guy in there.
Yeah, if you want some luck, if you want any luck,
if you want that good vibe, if you want them viewers, you got to. He's naturally in.
Run that script by him because he knows something that we don't know. Because I mean,
now listen, the script is cool, but you know, if the script ain't right, we ain't doing it. And also, if the money ain't right, we ain't doing it. Because yesterday's price is not today's price. Exactly.
Hey, don't sell yourself short.
At all.
Yesterday's price is not
today's price.
Mr. Kareem Grimes himself.
The price is the price.
On our platform. If you want to tell the people anything at this moment about what you got going on that we left out, or where they can follow you at your social media, how they can get in contact with you, this is the time where you can do so.
Yeah, just definitely follow me on Instagram at Kareem Grimes, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok is Kareem, I think _Grimes. And just the stuff that I ran down. We're still shooting All American, so we're still in season 4. This is the second half of season 4, so we got some good stuff lined up for you guys. So you guys will definitely be entertained for the rest of this year going into summer. And then, of course, we have that spinoff, Homecoming, All American Homecoming, which comes on right after our show. So definitely stay tapped in. Mondays is locked down with All American Universe. And, like I said, the Buffalo Wild Wings and Adam and Eve and For the Love of Jason, which will be on All Black Network in, I think, summer. So make sure you guys download the All Black Network. First season is up right now. And just stay locked in and tapped in with me.
Okay.
That's what's up. Also, we want to send you some merch. My husband and I, we have Trillionaire Wear What You Worth. It's actually a brand that we founded. We found it during the pandemic. So we want to make sure we get you up in it. We want to make sure you put some of that up on you. We need some of that good juju. You know what I'm saying? So
we want some of that good juju. We gotta get it to you.
Absolutely.
We'll talk about that later. All we need is an address or something later. So send it and we'll have you,
for sure. Laced up.
Yeah, we lace up.
Yeah. Hey, brother, what we gonna say, man, we appreciate you, man. A lot of times, us as artists, we don't get that. We might take a picture. We get it. Right. No, man, we appreciate you, man. We really appreciate what you're doing. We want you to keep up the good work, man. And we hope to see you in another 100 films at least. You know what I mean? At least.
So we know you gotta go. That means you about to have to go try out for another 5,000. You gotta love.
I think the work we putting in now makes it a little bit easier for the roles.
Yeah. I mean, you're really good at what you do, man. And then, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can see you right there with the Denzels, the Samuel Jacksons, the Will Smith, man. You're really good at your work. You're professional. You know what I mean? And you on time, even for the podcast, man. This guy's on time. He's ready.
And even bigger than that, the biggest thing is not only do he have the work ethic, he loves his work.
He loves the work.
He loves his work.
He loves the work.
You can't say that about too many people.
Yeah.
So you just keep pushing, man, and we're gonna keep pushing. We're gonna be right here to support you right here on Route 8 Podcast. We support my man. Hey, look, man, just tap in with T-Vix and Miss Dean Network. Man.
We got Mr. Kareem Grimes himself. Make sure y'all check out this episode on Route 8. What else?
Yeah.
We out.
Follow him. Check out everything he got going on. And we out.
There it is. Yeah. All right.